Hey guys, Gameboy 3800 here, once again back playing some more Forza Horizon 4, doing our Pretend the Dirtfish Rally School series with classic muscle cars. Today we're going to be doing the Buick GSX that I just spent way too much credits on, so it better be worth it. There we go. This car is famous for having just more torque than anything in the universe for a naturally aspirated V8 engine. We have 510 foot-pounds torque from standard. And we're gonna have a mostly stock engine for this one, I think. Let's see here. Toss that on to reduce PI by 1. Give it a diff. And now here, give it brakes. Give it rally. And all this. Yeah, their chassis reinforcement, well worth it. This car is pretty heavy. But I do want to get the engine upgraded somewhat, so we're going to leave it stock weight reduction, meaning none. And we're going to go supercharger. Yep. We can make this an absolute torque monster, for better or for worse. 768 horsepower with the supercharger upgrade. And it gets absolutely ridiculous numbers of torque. I'm gonna experiment here. Like, what can we get torque-wise out of this engine without the supercharger upgrade? $750. And then gotta do this for some weight reduction. I'm keeping the revs low because with this engine, as soon as you increase revs, torque dips. Now dips to only like 600 foot-pounds of torque. That's still insane. That's probably more torque than we're gonna get anywhere else, but I want the torque to stay above horsepower for the entire rev range, so we're gonna do that. I do want to experiment though. What is the best way to build this engine? So we're gonna build this and come back and take off the supercharger to see if we can get ballpark numbers with the naturally aspirated motor. I think we can go for revs if we need them. We're gonna try to go for other power things first. Yeah, if I do something like this, 655 foot-pounds torque is pretty good, but it's not going to be more than what we had with the supercharger. Definitely not as much torque. Although that was comparable. Hang on, I want to see this. Abandoned setup. How much torque do we make right now? 770? And now, going back to build the engine up. We'll give it revs, yeah. Yeah, we can get in the ballpark, but we lose over 100 foot-pounds of torque. No, that's not worth it to me. We're going to stay supercharged. Yeah. This video's probably going to be as long as the other build videos just because I'm trying to find the best play to do here with this engine. If we go like full supercharger build, what do we get? Like Do this. Do this. 768, yeah, that's the way to go. The torque, at least. We want torque, that's the way to go. Could almost get 800. That's just stupid, though. One thing to know is that we are losing out on some front grip. And we saw last time out that the Javelin was able to do really good with some extra grip, so we will do this. And then, I'm wondering what can I sacrifice? What do I not need? Obviously, we got torque to spare, so we will drop what we can. If I even can. Yeah, we're with a full supercharger build. It's a little bit awkward. There we go. Do that. Do this. Now we just gotta like increase weight by a little bit or something. We could do something like this, make the car look stupid. How is that? Doesn't change anything. Okay. It's already got the heaviest rims it can have. So drop one with the front tire and then put the spacer back on. Okay, we have our car. We have a stupid amount of torque. We have full aero. Let's see how this car does. We spent so long building this car. More than any other car we're going to have this series, I'm like very sure. It says like very tight gearing because of the low revs. That's done on purpose. We're going to have some wiggle room with the revs. We're actually going to be able to get it up to almost 6,000 RPM instead of that 3,500 RPM that it says. 9.4. I'll leave it as high as it can be. Give it a little bit stiffer rear springs, damping. Now we do some aerodynamics. 101, 107. It's not going to be as grippy as the other car we had before. I don't think it needs to be, though. It just needs to be able to put down that torque down the straight. This is going to be a very specialist build, I think. You would normally build this car to be rear-wheel drive and have even more torque. Or at least I would. That's how I have my other A-Class, one of these. Rear-wheel drive, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Stock engine. Actually insane and stupid. We're going to leave that differential stock. And now we are good to go. We can actually rev it over 6,000 RPM. That's not too bad. Yeah, we're gonna go over to mud kickers, finally. It's been like forever. Actually, the Buick GSX is good to go. We have about as good a build as we can with this engine. Go ahead, change rival to me. AMC Javelin. The 53.6 is the time to beat. I'm not sure we're going to be able to beat the Javelin through the corners, given that we are 500 pounds heavier than it. But we have 300 more foot-pounds of torque. I think that's going to be what does it for us. At least that's what I'm banking on here. Got a good launch, too. Now this is a car that honestly won't care what gear it's in because of all that torque. We'll probably stay in like 4th or 5th this whole time instead of like shifting down to 3rd or 2nd as much. Let's see what we got here for speed. Doing pretty good. Hey, look at that, 4th gear, doesn't care. It's actually holding a line pretty good despite being, what, 4,200 pounds? Now we've learned from the Javelin that we can full send around turn 1. We're using 4th gear as 1st gear. Again, car doesn't really care. Oh, I clipped that wall. Not quite as good over that hill. I think I need to be on the brakes for that second to last jump. And now we're a little bit understeer. We're not going to do as well this lap because we clipped the wall at the beginning of the straight. So I got to have a good run up the hill here to make up for it. To have a good lap start for next lap. A little bit too deep through that turn. There's a wide entrance into here though. Didn't work, I was too wide. Better jump there. But we were too slow through the beginning turns, so this lap is a little bit gone. I'll try it though. See what I can do with this car. I need to be on the brakes sooner than that. This is a heavier car than a Javelin. I'm trying to match the Javelin's braking line. I had to be on the brakes sooner than it, though. Didn't clip a wall. I'm going to lift off this jump. That did not help me at all. I need to be on the power all the way through that. Trying to give it a tighter line through here. You can see the Javelin sliding out. It's right on the wall. It's not hitting the wall though. It's not wall riding. One more lap. If I can string it together perfectly, we might have something here, but it's going to be tough. Better braking through there. That's the kind of line I needed to take last lap. And use this torque here. Much better line through there. Doing a little bit better here. Now we can use this engine torque to full effect up the hill. And on the last lap, we are going to beat the Javelin by 0.3 of a second. That is a pretty good run from the Buick GSX. That's about as good a lap as I could have asked for from this car. Very, very well done by the Buick. It's a very fun car to drive, especially in S1. You can get full torque and everything in race tires. I'll probably try this car out on the Falcon Arrowhead circuit at one point. But yeah, the Buick has beaten the AMC Javelin, and it took all of its engine to do it. It's amazing 8.1 liter engine with stupid amounts of torque. All 700 odd foot-pounds of torque it's got. That'll be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed the Buick GSX rally car, please do go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, Game Boy. I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye.